hate the homies.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of I Hate the Homies podcast, and we glad that you do. Rock Teasies Who I Be, episode number 130.
And it's your boy Supa Dave. I'm not filling in for the other guy, so we're just gonna say, you know what?
Hey,
I'm not going there. I'm not going there. But guess what, y'all?
we don't care.
We don't care.
The homie Griff is somewhere, doggone it. You know, we all moving around, but he's not here. But he may pop in before the end of this episode. That's just how it is, man. The homie is out there floundering around somewhere, so it is what it is. But we got things to talk about. First of all, the WNBA draft went down, so I'm still off on high cloud 37 right about now because my baby girl Harmoni got drafted. So we'll tell you what team, where she's heading, and all that good stuff. And Dave, I want to know if you even watched the draft, and if you did, I want to know what you thought about it. Then LeBron James got his own Ken doll. You know what I'm saying? I think that's pretty dope. I think it's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get into it. Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders played college football at Colorado, and they're going to be retiring both of their jerseys. And Travis Hunter also said something that, hey, if he ain't playing both ways in the NFL, he ain't playing football no more. We're going to get into that as well. Lots to talk about. And there was a Tennessee college football player that pretty much didn't show up to practice because he wants more money. He wants more of this NIL money. So let's get it popping, Dave. Let's get right into it. I Hate the Homies podcast starts right now.
I hate the homies.
So let's start with the WNBA draft because I'm still hyped. I'm still crunk.
You should be.
I'm still lit. Whatever term that you want to use for this, that I'm a proud daddy right now. But for real, man. Harmoni got blessed. She got drafted by the Las Vegas Aces, which is an amazing franchise to be playing for out there with A'ja Wilson, two-time MVP A'ja Wilson, point guard Chelsea Gray, one of the dopest point guards to ever play, and she gets a chance to come up under her as well. And of course, head coach Becky Hammon, like legend. It is what it is. Nikki Fargas is one of the owners out there. So this is a great situation for Harmoni. Not only am I proud that she got the opportunity, but man, what better organization could you start your pro career as a WNBA player than the Las Vegas Class Act organization, man? So, man, did you watch it at all, Dave? You watched the draft?
Yeah, first I want to say congratulations and also congratulations to me for watching the entire WNBA draft, which I've never done. And I probably would have turned it off if Harmoni would have if she would have gotten the first round, it would have been off after that. But it was just, it was interesting. I just say that. It was very interesting. I just want to know what you were thinking. Okay, once the first round, I know you told me where you thought she might go, but the first and second round, and that third round, what was the vibe where you guys were? And what was the thought process? How was Harmoni feeling?
Well, see, I get it. I understand this thing. We was telling Harmoni, say, look, all the mock drafts that's out there, all the predictions that you heard, everyone was saying Harmoni Turner's going to be somewhere in the middle of the second round. She could possibly rise to this late first round, depending on what teams are doing at the last minute, shifting things around. So she, in her head, she was thinking, okay, somewhere in the second round, middle part or whatever. So when that didn't happen and her name wasn't called, now we're going into the third round. And for y'all don't know, there's only 3 rounds in the WNBA draft. So
I didn't know that until the other night. I didn't know about 3 rounds. I didn't know how many rounds. I didn't know how long. Because it was 38 picks total.
Only 38 total picks. Because think about it. There's only 13 WNBA teams. So it's not like we have a bunch of teams. There's only 13 teams, roughly 12 roster spots on each team. So most of the time, players that get drafted to the WNBA, man, depending on which organization you get drafted to, they may not even make the team. I remember Charlie Collier, who was the first overall pick, the number 1 overall pick a few years ago to the Dallas Wings, and she's not even in the league no more. So it's tough to get drafted into the WNBA and make the squad. You know what I'm saying? So third third round come around, and she's over there fidgeting. And we had a big watch party for her. So all of her friends and family and community members, about 120, 130 people there at her old high school. They're actually going to be retiring her number at her high school, all that good stuff, man.
Which is deserving. We'll get to that later on. Which is deserving about retiring her jersey. Keep going.
Man, so third round, and her name's not getting called, and all these other players are getting called, and every name that gets called and it's not hers, I'm just watching her. I'm feeling her energy because I'm on one side of her and her mom's on the other side of her. And, you know, we positive energy. Say, Harmoni, you good. You good. Listen, they're going to call your name. You good. And 2 picks before they called her name, she actually almost was getting ready to, like, cry a little bit. Like, she was trying to hold it in from crying a little bit. But, you know, she had all of her friends and family around. So she was sucking it up. Like, let's go. It's all good. Whatever happens, it's all good. Mm-hmm. So she was doing her best to kind of keep it up. But me and mom know her. So we just kind of, and then I look down, her mom is talking to her. So she's not looking at the screen.
Yeah.
And then we see Harmoni jump, and we look, and we see her name come across that screen. We're like, yo. And if you ain't seen the video, I can't even explain that point from there. I almost blacked out, tell you the truth, because I was just so happy and proud for her. You know what I'm saying? Because she worked so hard for this. This is one of her dreams that she's been waiting for. She's envisioned this for so many years. So if y'all ain't seen it, man, you can go to Rock T Holla. We'll put it on I Hate the Homies podcast Instagram as well. Or you can go follow her, Harmoni Turner. Go watch the video and you'll see the reaction. It was amazing, bro.
I was sitting there watching the entire thing. I was so happy for her. Even toward the end, I was like, because you want to hear your name called. Because even the last pick was the girl from UConn with the braids.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of UConn players was there. Mm-hmm. And of course for what's the name? The one that got drafted by the Dallas Wing.
Talking about PAIGE Beckers.
PAIGE Beckers. But a lot of the team was there for her. But I think this girl, I don't know, I can't remember the name, but she got drafted last. And everybody just went crazy for her. And I was like, that's the field. You want to get drafted because it's not a guarantee you're going to be on a team. But the point is, you hear your name, and now you got to go work.
That's
you
it.
Got to go put the work in because now you're playing with women. You're not playing with kids anymore. And that's the next step. So I was happy for just letting her hear her name and not go through the process of sitting there having a party and not hearing your name and then people trying to console you. No, I was happy for her. I was happy to see that. We saw that. Remember when in football, NFL, when Aaron Rodgers didn't get drafted, he thought he was going the first round.
Yep.
I think it was Aaron Rodgers. They had to take him out the room where all the people were and put him in a suite because they were feeling how tense it was for him.
Yeah.
Because he should have went higher than that. I think it was him. I can't remember what player it was, but I think it was Aaron Rodgers.
It was it was that kind of feeling because we set the tone. Me and her mom set the tone of the event, of the watch party.
Yeah.
Yes. Are we hoping that Harmoni gets drafted? Yes, but this is bigger than that. This is more of a celebrating her. Because keep in mind, she hadn't really been home. She comes back to visit during the holidays, but since she's been in college, she hadn't really spent a lot of time with family and friends because over the last 4 years of her college career. So this was the first time that she was able just to come home and be around friends and family and old coaches and teachers and just people that the village that's kind of helped raise her. So this was really about that. And the byproduct was the draft. Like, if she gets drafted, that's the cherry on top. If she doesn't, it's okay. But we're gathering for her just to kind of give her flowers now of what she's accomplished in her career up until this point. So we set the tone pretty good, everybody. And then when they called her name, that's why everybody erupted because it was getting to the point where people was kind of like, man, looks like it's not going to happen. But you know what? We still love you, Harm. And then her name pops up. And it was bananas after that. And then she gets a call. They were trying to call her phone. Like Becky Hammond, the Aces, they were trying to call her phone right before they drafted her to let her know, hey, we're about to get ready to draft you. But her phone was blowing up because she hadn't been drafted yet. So everybody was blowing her phone up. And she's the type, like, she kind of put her phone down because she was starting to get nervous. Yeah. So she literally missed the call from Becky Hammond, the head coach of the Aces, letting her know that they were about to draft her. She found that out later on.
You want that call. You want that call. You wouldn't be able to talk to the head coach. Yes.
Come on, man. So It was good, man. She ended up talking to him after she got drafted, and man, they're excited about it. I'm not sure you guys can follow the Las Vegas Aces social media pages, but they're really excited about it. I can go on and on, bro. I'm rambling right now because I'm just so proud of her.
I mean, I don't know the process. Even when you had Harmoni on the show, on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, I mean, the thing she said was she knows it's a business and she has to go in there and work and try to make the team. So how many players do they keep? I mean, I know they don't have a squad now because this is a team that won championships they didn't win last season, but then they play in the WNBA finals.
They won back-to-back 2 years ago. So they didn't win last year, but they won the 2 before that. So no, they got a squad, man. They got a squad. They got I think they roster 12 to 14 players, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, you gotta, just because you drafted, that don't mean you guarantee you gotta go to camp and earn it. Now, it also depends on the fit. You know what I'm saying? So, Harmoni is one of those players. She's a 3-level scorer. She plays great defense. She hustles. She's a complete player. So that's what they really like about her. So they know that they can find, she's going to fit the mold, and she's not going to have to do all the work. Like at Harvard's a great team, but she had to do a lot of work with Harvard, because of the way the team was put together. You in the pros now, you ain't got to do everything. Shoot, you chilling. All you got to do is just, now you can really play free. Like literally you can really play free. So she's excited about the opportunity. I'm very confident. She's very confident, but she's been playing basketball her whole life. So it's just another level, but it's the same game.
Yeah, but y'all should be proud too as parents because it's not just what she did as far as, putting the work in, playing basketball. It's also the stuff you guys did at an early age for her. Because you had to take her to camps. You had to take her to practice.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's time from what you already have to do in your own life. So to take that, to give that to her, to me, that's even a bonus for you guys, because y'all should appreciate it too, because y'all put the work in, not just Harmoni. Y'all did too.
Yeah, we tell people actually come to us a lot when they have their kids that are younger and they starting to get in select sports, travel teams, and there's a lot of money. This is what you call investing into your kids. And when our kids come to us, like, we introduce all of our kids to sports, but we don't make them play sports. We just introduce it to them. If they like it, and they want to keep playing, we'll support it. Now, when you start getting to that elite select level, when it starts getting a little bit more expensive, a lot more travel, that's when we sit them down and have that come to Jesus meeting and say, all right, if you that serious about it, we're going to give you everything that you need to succeed, but you got to work. You got to put some work in. And we're sports parents. Like, I play sports, Crystal plays sports. We love it. So we've mastered the art of doing all this traveling and rippling and running with our kids, but we also make time for ourselves. Like, while we watching these games, we going to the spa. We're going to get a couple's massage or something. Or we're going to go to the beach or whatever while we're in Florida. So it takes a different kind of parent to be able to really enjoy this journey in the process. But yeah, man, it's I appreciate you saying that, but it pays off when this happens.
Yeah. Yes.
You follow me?
Well, I want to make sure y'all get y'all flowers too, because you can't look past the parents too, because y'all had a big part of this, because she couldn't go to all the events without the money, without the support, without the transportation. You guys played a part in that too. So to me, that's the entire team as a family, what y'all did too for her. And I think, she already knows that, but I want to make sure other parents know that whatever they put into their kids is what you're going to get out of it too.
Come on now. You preaching. No, so it's all good, man. We good. This is getting ready to start the next chapter. So ironically, living in Dallas, the Las Vegas Aces play the Dallas Wings in game number 1, May the 2nd. So we're going to be on that flight to Vegas. It's going to be in Vegas. So it's going to be fun to watch. So y'all stay tuned. Keep praying for baby girl. And we good to go. On that note, let's shift gears and talk about what you want to talk about.
Let's go to Nico. Let's go to Nico, the Tennessee quarterback.
You go ahead and take this one, man. But pretty much the Tennessee college football quarterback said, I ain't coming to practice because I want more money.
Now his name is Nico. Right. First name is Nico. I'm gonna spell his last name because I just say I'm a Leva. It's IAMALEAVA. and that's what it sounds like. I'm a leaver, and that's what he's doing. I'm gonna leave y'all. That's what he's doing to the Tennessee Titans, the Tennessee Volunteers. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Well,
look,
the whole point. Let me start off by saying this. Nick Saban said this was going to happen, and one reason he got out of college football because where it was going and where it was heading. Right. And I think we're seeing the dark cloud. Yeah, we like the game. I still love college football. I really do. But I think we're seeing now that it's not just about NIL. It's about pay to play. Mm-hmm. And I think most of these kids, because everybody don't deserve an NIL deal. So let's go and get that out the way. You agree with that? And that's why I'm saying it's pay to play, because now
it's levels to it. It's levels to it.
It's levels to it
because even if you because even if you're not a star player on the team, but you still play, you're on the roster, technically the school is making money off of you. Now they make more money off the stars, but you still a part of the team, and the team is making money, millions and millions of dollars for the university. So if you're part of the team, you should get something.
Yeah, that's the way they should have set it up, but they didn't. And that's the problem, because to me, everybody don't deserve money, because it's the ones we talk about, because it's about name, image, and likeness. The ones you're going to see on commercials. And it's really going to be mainly with quarterbacks, your best defensive lineman or defensive rusher, your best cornerback, offensive lineman. People are not going to really talk about offensive lineman. It's going to be go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, they don't talk about them, but the offensive linemen, there's some offensive linemen out there.
Oh yes,
they get their they get that bank, they getting their bread too now. You know, it's they may not be getting as much as the quarterback and the wide receivers and the running backs and the specialty players, but they getting theirs too.
Well, this is the story. Nico, the former quarterback for the Tennessee Vols, missed spring practice. He missed spring practice, didn't show up. And I think this has been going on for a while, because they even said during the college football playoff after to me, that's still part of the season. But him and his representative, and he's not just the only one, other guys are doing this too. They feel like that's a different part of the season. They're looking for more money. He's already making $2.2 million. Yeah. $2.2 million as a quarterback. But right now he's asking for $4 million. So really he's holding out for more money.
In college football.
In college football, he didn't show up for spring practice. They said, just forget about it. We'll go in a different direction, because they're not going to pay $4 million. And really, they shouldn't. I mean, if I'm a parent, or if that's my son, I'm like, if you can get more money, get more money. But his numbers don't look that great to be $4 million. But you saw what Carson Beck is getting with Miami, going from Georgia to Miami and staying one more year. He's seeing what other guys are getting as far as quarterbacks. So he wants.
What's he getting? What's Carson getting? Around that same amount?
I think he's getting like $2 to $3 million. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it's become, man. This NIL is nothing but free agency for college athletes. And that's why the portal is going to always be what it is. A kid going to one school, transferring the very next year. It's going to get to the point where these kids are going to be going to 3 or 4 different universities before they graduate because of the portal. And that's what's happening. This is free agency. He's like, okay, if that quarterback over there is making 2.5 or 3 mil or 3.5 mil, well, I'm better than him according to my stats or numbers. I want 4 mil. So, look.
But it's chaos.
It is chaos.
It's chaos for somebody to sit there and think that, one person is making more money, but one person's playing in the national championship game. We're talking about with Carson Beck. He's been there before. Mm-hmm. He's played in the playoffs. This is Nico's first year playing in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And if you want to go by what we saw with his numbers, he didn't look that great in that playoff game against Ohio State.
But what about his overall body of work? You got to look at his whole season.
I remember seeing some Tennessee games, and I remember seeing that Arkansas game close to the end of the season, and he was awful in that game. He was not good.
I mean, even Michael Jordan had off games. You know what I'm saying? Even Tom Brady had off games. You know what I'm saying? So it happens.
If you're asking for $4 million, asking for like I said, I'm not gonna. You can ask for whatever you want to ask. It's up to the school and the head coach to give you what you want. But the point is, in that Ohio State game, 14 of 31, 104 yards in that game. Yeah, you come out of that game asking for $4 million when really Go out there and prove that you deserve $4 million, or prove that you deserve the $2.2 million you're getting right now.
Again, you got to tell me his overall body of work. You can't base it off one game. You can't base it off one game.
I'm going about. I can pull up the numbers right now, but if I show you the numbers, some of those games are against cupcake teams. You got to show up against the big teams. Period. Why did they bring homeboy from Kansas State to Ohio State to be a quarterback? Not to win, not to beat them small rinky-dink teams out there. It was to beat the big teams, which he didn't beat Michigan. But when he got in the playoffs, he made plays, beat Oregon, beat Tennessee. He beat teams. That's why you pay those guys.
Right.
Kind of money they're making.
So back to my question. I got to see the overall body of work against good teams. Like, how did he play in the SEC? Like, how did he play overall in the SEC conference? I ain't talking about the Rudy Poot, Junebug Jenkins team from back in Tupelo, Mississippi. I'm talking about against SEC teams. Like, he's in the SEC. He was Tennessee, so he obviously played some quality teams. I need to see the overall body of work. Once I see that, because I only saw like one Tennessee game. No, 2, 1.5, the playoff game, and then one in the regular season. So I'm not going to sit up here in front like I've seen this guy play over and over again. But by looking at statistics, doing a little homework, that's how I base my decision off a value of a player. You know what I'm saying? That's what most people do. They like, okay, I don't want to see just this one performance. Everybody has off performances. I want to see what they've done throughout the entire their entire career. One, let's start with the good teams, because that's what we're going to base this off of. You know, the strength of schedule, the strength of the caliber of team that you're playing, and going from there. Now, back to the NIL and portal situation. Listen, every player has every right to know their value. And it's a business. It's become a business. And if he thinks he's can get $4 million from somewhere else, I'm pretty sure that number came up because somebody else offered him that number. And they're giving, because he ain't gonna just walk away. If he's already making 2.5 million, whatever, he ain't gonna just walk away.
But Monty, some of these kids are walking away, period, even before they even have a deal with another team.
No, see, I wouldn't do that. I would have to have some kind of conversations already in play, a backup or whatever.
Because even right now, they're saying a team like USC, UCLA could be anybody in the Big Ten could be looking at this kid now to come to their school. They're not gonna pay They're not gonna pay $4 million.
See, I don't know, man. I think if he's sitting out, his agent or whoever's representing him has had to have some conversations with other teams saying, look, if you can get us him, we'll give you $4 million. They had to, because for him to risk, well, he's not really risking too much because he's got $2.5 million. So I mean, the dude's a millionaire. Now, hopefully he's got some good financial advisors with him. But when you start making some bread like that, you can afford to kind of hold out and take a risk because you got money. I'm talking about if you're the player that really don't have the big NIL, I don't know, man. This is if I'm the agent, if I'm the player, his agent had to come to him and say, man, I got these other opportunities for you.
Let's just get real. Most of these people we're talking about, their representative are the parents. And the dad played a big part in this Nico deal as far as asking for more money. Like I said, if they give you the money, that's fine. I'm just saying that this is where college football is heading, and every kid doesn't deserve that kind of money. To me, you got to earn that. It's almost like, you remember, like Charles Barkley said back in the day with the NBA, how guys were just coming out of college basketball, going into the NBA, making these big time contracts, and they ain't proving a damn thing. As Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, those guys were being the guys that were proving something each and every week. They deserve the money.
Right.
Nico, in 1 year, 2.2 million, and now you're asking for 4. I wash my hands on that, man. I mean, I know Tennessee probably has the money.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Tennessee, I'm glad they kind of held. But here's what I do love. I do love the NIL. I do love that these college players are getting paid for their name and image and likeness. Not just because I have kids that went to college and played sports. I love it. I've always been for that. Even back in the day when it was illegal to pay players or whatever in college, I was always like, man, they got to fix that because they making billions off these doggone kids. And if the coach is getting multiple millions of dollars to coach these kids, why can't the kids get money too? So I love it. I know it's getting out of hand. I know it's bananas, but I personally like it. And another reason why I like it, because as I'm saying, it's leveling the playing field as far as the competition to play. Because now some of these dog players that all go to the SEC, now they're spreading out throughout other conferences because they're going after that check. It's making all these mid-major teams a little bit better, which tells a better story.
No, it's not. Rock, stop saying that. It's not. It's still the Texas. It's still who got the big money. It's who got the big money.
How many mid-major teams was in the college football playoffs? I'm not saying who won it. I'm talking about how many was in the college football playoffs. Mid-major teams.
You want to say Boise State? You want to say Boise State? You want to go
SMU?
State, SMU.
Even though Arizona State is not what they're power for.
That's a school with money. Not the kind of money Texas has, but it's money.
Give me the list. Who? SMU, Boise State. Who else? Pull up that list. It's more than them two. It's more than two. And there was a whole bunch right there on the lip of getting in. It was a whole bunch of teams that had the same exact records, but it was the strength of schedule that hurt them. Give me the 12 playoff teams.
You had Georgia. You had Notre Dame. Indiana.
There you go. That's 3.
Indiana had a soft-ass schedule. Indiana had a soft-ass schedule.
Yeah, they're in the Power 5, but they're still because they're not considered.
With a soft-ass schedule. Let's go.
But my point is, look at the record they had. Look at the season they had because of the portal and the NIL. Keep going.
Boise State, which we just mentioned, and Boise State, they've been around over the last 10, 15 years. They've been in the mix.
Right.
Penn State, SMU. That's the one school. That's a big surprise out of all the other schools that I mentioned. Oregon, Ohio State, Tennessee.
So those are the 12. Okay, so we got technically 3.
And then Arizona State. I already said Arizona State, Oregon. I said those. Did I say Texas already?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's it.
Okay. So three and a half.
Clemson. Yeah.
3.5 because Arizona State, even though they're in the Power 5 conference, it's still Arizona State. They're not considered a powerhouse school. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about those schools that's not known to have powerhouse football programs because of the NIL. Now they're competing better and they're getting these opportunities. And every now and then they'll get beat. Like there was a bunch of upsets last year in college football in the regular season. Bunch of them. So look, it is what it is, man. We can keep going back and forth on that particular situation.
I think the biggest thing now for college football, I mean, I don't feel sorry for the NCAA because they turned their backs on this when they had a chance to solve this thing when the NIL came down. They punted on 4th down and said, we don't want to deal with it. All these rich white people made their money on these kids. I don't have a problem with NIL. All I'm saying is now, when you bring these kids in, if they're signing contracts, honor the damn contract. That's all I'm saying. If Nico signed a contract with Tennessee, I don't know how they do this NIL stuff because some schools, like Ohio State, they dished out so much money to build that team they had that they won a national championship. They dished out over $20 million to build that team.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Go ahead.
No, if you sign a contract, honor the contract. But how do we know what's in the contract? There may be a stipulation in the contract that says, here's the deal, but here's an addendum that we can renegotiate this option after this many games or after this year or whatever. So it could be a 2-year deal, but after year 1, they can come back and revisit and discuss, hey, do we want to change anything? Blah, blah, blah. So we don't know what's in the contract, but most of these contracts has those different stipulations and options because it gives a player an option out.
But again, this same kid, Nico, for Tennessee, was about to sit out the playoff game, which is part of what? The same season. Not a different season, a part of the same. So you're going to bail out on your team because you want more money when you're already making $2.2 million.
Yeah, I think that was it. That was his, I don't agree with that, but that was his attempt of playing chess, not checkers, because they understand that he's the best quarterback on the roster. They understand this is the playoffs, so the team really would rather go with the best option. So now that's his way of saying, let me play chess with this and see if we can get some more money now because they really need me for the playoff game. So that's all. I don't agree with how he did it and when he did. He should have waited till after the season. Then, okay, now let's talk. But that's my opinion on why he did it then at that point.
And listen, what Michael Parsons had to say. This is what he had to say. He said, "No, college was never about money. College is about building character. I am a man. I am today. I am the man I am because today." I can't get what he said. "I am the man I am today because of the brotherhood and the amazing coaches I've had during my time at Penn State. We are failing kids now because life isn't easy and we're allowing them to quit." I agree with that last part. And that's it. Yep. All these kids are running out or bailing out because they can't handle certain situations. It's about money too.
Yeah.
But also, if a coach scolds, just gets on a kid or embarrasses him in front of a teammate, when sometimes you should be because you're not paying attention to doing what you're supposed to do, that coach's job on the line too.
Mm-hmm. No.
If he gets on you, most of these kids bail out because they can't handle the abuse of what a coach does to them on a football field or in practice.
And it's not even abuse. It's tough love. It's good old-fashioned tough love. And that, I'm with you on that part. Like, these athletes are soft. They soft because he yelled at me and kicked me out of practice and he snugged me on my shoulder pads too hard. About, man, please, if I tell you the stuff that we went through when we was playing back in the day and our coaches did, it was like, man, they didn't care. And they wasn't going to let up until you throwing up all out there on the field because of the conditioning and everything that we had to do when we made mistakes. So yeah, players nowadays, they soft, but for the business side of their NIL, that's what I'm saying. I like that. And I like that these players are getting paid for their time. I don't like that they're jumping from team to team and quitting and not willing to fight for a position. Like, okay, it's between me and him. Let's go. Versus, hey, man, you can have it. I'm going to go over here and get this check and play over here with this other team, whatever. I do miss that part. Like, man, let's go. It's me against you. Where the best man win.
I told you that the biggest part for me is I don't mind them getting money. I have no problem with that. I think the biggest part for me is they need to do something about the transfer portal because you shouldn't be able to transfer after each and every year. I mean, because you really have that kid for 1 year. If you're not doing or the team is not doing what they're supposed to do each and every year, you may lose that kid.
Deuces.
And that's the part I don't like about the transfer portal. Money, I don't have a problem with it. They want to add, if they can get the money they can get, that's fine because they've been ripping these kids off for all these years. I'm talking about the NCAA. But what they're creating is a bigger problem down the line because I don't think it's ever going to get solved if we don't start doing it. If Nick Saban was the commissioner of college football, I would be happy because he saw this. He saw what was coming. He saw what was coming, and nobody else said anything about it. They just started paying these players and started paying them outrageous money because it's all about winning championships. If you don't win a championship, the coach he's out of a job. It's just football. College football is going down right now.
Hey, man,
it's just a mess.
Speaking of players getting paid a lot of money in college football, Colorado two-way star Travis Hunter and quarterback Shedeur Sanders, they're expected to go in the NFL draft, be high draft picks. Well, Colorado decided that they're going to be retiring both of their numbers after 2 seasons of playing college football. So let's talk about that. I already know what your opinion is, but let's indulge. I'm gonna let you go first on this one, Dave. Your thoughts on Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders having their jerseys retired from Colorado?
So I saw this scrolling through Instagram about what Colorado wants to do and what they're about to do. And they're having a retirement night on Saturday, April the 19th for Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders retiring their jerseys. Now, with Travis, I have no problem. It's not about him just being a two-way player. It's because he won a Heisman Trophy. He brought the Heisman Trophy to Colorado. I have no problem with him retiring his jersey if that's what y'all want to do. But for 2 years, for Shedeur, being a 500 quarterback, you want to put his number up in the rafters, retire his jersey, nobody ever could touch that jersey. I know because of Dion. I know where you're going. But he doesn't deserve that. He really doesn't. And that's the whole point. We're handing kids stuff when they don't deserve it. And you know he don't deserve it. A 500 quarterback. So tell me where you think he deserved that to have his number retired.
All right. I got a couple different theories here.
You have no problem with Travis, right?
Oh no, not at all. No, Travis earned that. Now here's the deal. When it comes to retiring jerseys, one part of my brain is saying that player should have had some sort of significant success at the next level first. Like, they're both going to be in the NFL. So after, I don't know, 3 or 4 years in the NFL, maybe now it's like, now let's retire the college jersey or the high school jersey or whatever. Like, I just told you, they're going to be retiring my daughter's high school jersey because of what she just accomplished in college at Harvard, and now she's being drafted to the WNBA. That's a celebration. Like, hey, let's go do it right now.
But she did get them to the tournament, right?
She got them to the March Madness tournament. She's one of the greatest players in Ivy Madness. She's player of the year. So she's put enough accolades on the wall through her college career for her high school to say, man, we want to retire your jersey. Now, let's shift that to Shedeur and Travis Hunter. They both had strong college careers. Now, to your point, Shedeur is 500 at Colorado, but at Jackson State, man, they lost what, 2 games in 2 years, something like that.
We're not talking about where's our Jackson State. And
I understand, but it goes back. It goes, but I get it. I wouldn't be surprised if Jackson State retired too in due time. But for Colorado, I mean, I can't disagree with you when it comes to should they retire his jersey, because he really hadn't done.
They never won the Big 12 or the Pac-10 when they were in the Pac-10 or whatever they want to call that conference that was there, the Pac-10, the Big 12. After that, they never won playoff game. They never been to the playoffs. And they lost the bowl game to BYU this past year.
So let me give you the other side of my brain. Okay. I think here's the scenario on why they're doing Shedeur. He's the quarterback of Colorado. He's the quarterback of the team that turned that whole program around. We know Coach Prime is Coach Prime. I'm sure they're gonna probably put his name up on the stadium one day, but he's the quarterback of the Colorado Buffaloes that turned that program around from after winning 1 game. And now they come back and it became the biggest box office in college football because of Deion Sanders, Shedeur, Travis, and the whole thing. So that's why they're doing it. You follow me? So maybe he could have done a little bit more on the football field, but at the end of the day, that's probably the theory that they're going with. These 2 superstar players on their team, and one happens to be the son of Deion Sanders. So yes, let's make it happen. I'm not opposed to it. I think Travis is a no-brainer. I think Shedeur, okay, let's see what he does in NFL maybe first. But listen, it is what it is, man. He contributed to turning that whole program around.
You know why they're doing Shedeur. It's because Deion's the head coach.
Hey, man, that's respect. But Shedeur's a good player now. Don't disrespect that.
A good player, that's fine. But
let's keep in mind, they didn't even have an offensive line his first year in Colorado. So they
didn't have the last 2 years in Colorado. That's fine. But if you were to say what they had at Jackson State, that's fine. If Jackson State retired his number, that's a different level. We're not talking about Jackson State. We're talking about what did he do at Colorado. And if you want to say the marketing, that's not on the football field.
Man,
it's not what you did. It's not what you did for the team. He was a 500 quarterback at the end of the day.
Listen, it goes back to the whole body of work again. Okay? He did all this with no offensive line. Like, he paid $500 ball with no offensive line. So just imagine if you gave him an offensive line, what he could have done. So
I can't imagine that because he had on the ball too long. So I wouldn't know until I have to see it. And the same thing when he gets to the next level, I got to see it there. What I'm trying to say is stop giving people stuff just to give them stuff.
I get it. You got to earn it.
You got to earn it. And he's a 500 quarterback. In the day, that's what he is. And if that was any other quarterback we're talking about right now, being a 500 quarterback and had a name, we would be saying this is ridiculous to put him in to retire that jersey. Any other quarterback.
It depends on the situation, because you gotta remember, once upon a time, Colorado was only won 1 game, dog. Before Shedeur, Travis, and Prime got there, they won 1 game. So there's some value to that, dog. There's some value to that.
for Rock.
So
what's the value? They didn't win anything.
I just told you. Look,
they won some games. They didn't win anything to say, well, he's leaving this behind where he took us to the Big 12 championship game and we won the Big 12 championship game. They didn't get there. They lost to Kansas. They put them out of the mix to be in that Big 12 championship game. If you would have said that,
okay, so if you're using that theory, then why even retire Travis's number?
Because I started off.
They was on the same team.
No, the Heisman Trophy. The Heisman Trophy plays a big part in that.
I give you that. I
started off with that. That's the legacy he's leaving behind. Because no matter what, when he comes back to the school, because don't they get I know he has the Heisman Trophy, but they have one to put in their trophy case too, right?
Absolutely.
So that name stays up there. So I have no problem with him being there. But again, what did Shedeur do? Nothing. Just won some games.
You can't say he didn't do nothing. You didn't say he can't
do nothing. I just said he won. Listen, won some games.
You're saying he didn't do enough to get his number retired. That's pretty much what you're saying.
That's it. And I don't want, and I'm tired of giving people stuff and putting people where you didn't do this, but we're going to give you this because you didn't get us there. But we want to.
Yeah, you don't want nobody. You're not a fan of participation trophies. I'm not either. No, I'm not a fan of participation. That's the new school stuff. But like I said, I'm on both sides of the fence on this. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm on both sides of the fence. I can understand why they did it, but I can also see your point on. Wait a minute, he ain't done enough. So there it is.
My son played pee-wee basketball, and Honor was sitting out. He was standing out there even when they put him in the game.
Were you the coach?
Around
because pee-wee basketball. You was the coach. You had to be the coach on a pee-wee basketball team.
No, I was not the coach. But he was standing out there picking his nails. But at the end of the year, after playing that season, they gave a participation trophy. I said, "Oh, you're not bringing that home, man. No,
hey man,
you didn't do anything. You didn't put the work in."
Hey man, I'm mad at that. I am not mad at that. Shoot.
And even though I want to say, Honor, when we get home, I'm gonna retire your jersey in the game room and I'm gonna hang it up. For what? You didn't do anything. Y'all won a few games.
Now look,
what did you win?
If you want to hang up all because we got all of our kids' uniforms from Pop Warner to YMCA to when they started getting older and playing whatever, we got all their uniforms. So we keep them because it's just kind of a cool thing to do when you can put them in a case and hang them on a wall. But collecting all of your kids' sports uniforms over the years, I think that's a great collection type thing for parents. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with that. Now, the participation trophies and all that kind of stuff, yeah, like, come on, man. We lost. That team is better. We got to work harder. Let's go. I don't want a participation trophy on my trophy desk. I don't want a participation ribbon on my wall. You know what I'm saying? The uniforms, that's a little bit different.
And all I remember is this, and I think I text y'all during the text chat when BYU played Colorado in the bowl game, and I don't think I got a response from anybody, but Shedeur didn't look good that game, and he was playing against a better team, and they finally played a good team, and got exposed, and he got exposed, and that's all I'm saying. That if they would have won that bowl game under Coach Prime, I would have been fine with it then. But you didn't win, and they look real bad, and he was a big part of that.
Well, who's winning and who doesn't look bad at the age of 40 is LeBron James. And LeBron James got his own Ken doll now. Not sure if you guys seen this, but the Ken doll is actually pretty dope. They got a little Letterman jacket on him. You know what I'm saying? His beard is all clean, look just like him. Even his hairline is dope. You know what I'm saying? But he got his own Ken doll, man. So I think that's dope. You know, he's the first male athlete to get his own Ken doll. Is that what I think that's what it is? Yeah, man.
Ken doll created in his likeness. Yeah,
absolutely. So he doing this thing, man. I mean,
I bought it. I bought it the other day.
You bought the Ken doll?
I bought one, but I can't get him to stand up. He keeps flopping.
Wait a minute, they made him flimsy? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, come on, man.
You got me. The flopping. I see what you did there, man. Taha.
That's all he does is flop. That's all he does. I didn't buy that crap. I wouldn't dare buy this crap.
And you collect, and you collect things. Like you're a Marvel guy. You're a superhero guy. Like it's like you should collect. It's a collector's item, dog.
This is not something I want to collect. I don't like LeBron James. You know how I feel about LeBron James. I don't like him.
You don't have to like LeBron James, but he's LeBron James. Just having that doll. If I collected dolls and toys like that, I would get it. Absolutely.
I mean, why you got to put it down like that? If I collected dolls, I don't collect dolls, man. They're statues.
Man, it's a Ken doll. It's a doll. It's a male doll.
I wouldn't collect this, but I collect statues, not Ken dolls.
Doggone it. What's G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip? That was a doll. We all had the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip doll. It was a doll. Yeah. Now, we ain't playing with the Barbies, but Ken is a Barbie doll, but he's a male Barbie doll.
Would you stand in line for this? Would you have stand in line? I mean,
I wouldn't stand in line, but I would. If someone gifted me this, I would keep it as a collector's item. Absolutely. The LeBron Ken doll, I would keep it in. I'll have it on my office on the shelf somewhere as a collector's item.
I would get this doll and give me a Stephen A. Smith doll, and then make my own scene of them fighting in a glass case.
Yes, sir. And don't be surprised if Stephen A. Smith gets him a doll one day.
Oh, that God. He's no way to talk. That's all. I don't want to hear him talk.
It's going to be a talking. It's got to talk. It's got to be a talking doll.
No,
Stephen A. Smith talking doll. I'm down for that too. Screaming A. Smith. That should be the name of the doggone doll. So let's get up out of here, man. Well, as you can see, Griff didn't join us today, so we're going to keep him in prayer. Whatever he is out there doing, I'm pretty sure he's out there getting to the bag for the family, whatever. But I Hate the Homies episode number. Huh?
No, we ain't praying for him. We saving that prayer. God got other things to do.
Hey, dog, that was Supa Dave. That was Mr. Meanie right there, dog.
He should have been here. So, no, we ain't praying for him.
Episode 130 coming to a close. Rock Teasy is who I be.
It's your boy, Supa Dave. But guess what, y'all?
We don't care. We'll have Griff with us next week, hopefully. There it is, man. Deuces!
I hate the homies.